Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I welcome you all with my love and respects. इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूँ। आज हम जीवन का दूसरा तत्व श्रद्धा कैसे आपके धन एवं संपत्ति को विस्तारित करता है, इसके बारे में बात करेंगे। I'll expand on the second principle, authenticity. How the authenticity expands your wealth and the life. Wealth and possibilities. Listen. I'll define authenticity. Authenticity is the state where you are established in peak of your possibility, capability, and you respond to life from who you perceive yourself to be for yourself, who you project yourself to be for others, and what others expect you to be for them. How you perceive you and you project you. Bring yourself to the peak of it. If you are projecting yourself as an IAS officer to the world, or an IPS officer to the world, or a head of a state, head of a village, head of a town, head of a country, how you project yourself to the world. Bring yourself to the peak of it. That is when you become authentic to your possibility, to your capability. When you bring yourself to the peak of you, there is no wastage of inner powers. I tell you, when you waste your love, it becomes lust. When you waste your responsibility, it becomes jealousy. The lower dimensions of you is nothing but rejected part of your higher dimension. When your higher dimension is not materialized, is not realized, your lower dimension is empowered. Dhyan se suniye. I have seen even in my organization, handling millions of human minds, I am telling you from the experience, whenever somebody is not able to or not interested to express their capabilities and potential possibility, I am afraid of them. Listen. Not only they waste their life, they end up in building so much of negativity around themselves. They become a big disturbance for the life flow, and they become such big negative element in their flow of happening. श्रद्धा की परिभाषा पुनः सुनिए। जब आप अपनी उच्चतम क्षमता में स्थित होकर अपनी जीवन की सभी प्रतिक्रिया करते हैं, उस स्थिति से जो आप स्वयं को स्वयं की दृष्टि में समझते हैं, जो आप स्वयं को अन्य लोगों के सामने प्रस्तुत करते हैं और जो आपसे अन्य लोग अपेक्षा रखते हैं, तब आप श्रद्धा में स्थित है। Bringing yourself to the peak possibility. Listen. It can happen only when you practice every moment this truth. When you feel tired of realizing your possibility, reminding you, no, I cannot afford this tiredness in my life. This is inauthentic. And standing up. Every moment. Bringing yourself to the highest peak of how you project yourself to the world. If you are showing yourself as a father to your son, then you have to be performing in your peak possibility of a father. If you are projecting yourself as a husband or wife to somebody, you have to be in the peak possibility of a best husband or best wife. In everything you project to others, listen, everything you project to others is the commitment you give it to others. If I project myself as a guru, I am committing with all my disciples as a guru. So, I become responsible to perform to my peak possibility of gurudom. I have to perform the peak possibility to my disciples. That is what is authenticity. If you commit yourself as a disciple, you perform the peak possibility of a disciple. That is what is authenticity. And please understand, if you are inauthentic, I cannot justify my inauthenticity with it. If I am inauthentic, you cannot justify your inauthenticity with it. If you are inauthentic, you are inauthentic. I can't use that as a reason for me to be inauthentic. If I am inauthentic, I am inauthentic. You can't use that as a reason for you to be inauthentic. Every moment bring yourself to the peak possibility of how you project yourself and to others. हर क्षण कैसे आप दूसरों के सामने स्वयं को प्रस्तुत करते हैं, उसको लगातार अपनी उच्चतम क्षमता में लाइए। हर क्षण कैसे आप दूसरों के सामने स्वयं को प्रस्तुत करते हैं, उसको लगातार अपनी उच्चतम क्षमता में लाइए। आपका नीचा पहलू आपके उच्चतम पहलू का अस्वीकृत भाग है। Continuously raising yourself to your peak possibility. Raising yourself to your peak possibility. I tell you, you will create a new body. I am telling you from my own experience. I am applying it for last few days continuously. If I am in peak possibility of me, naturally I can't afford tiredness. I can't afford even the non-mechanical parts of my body getting tired. Non-mechanical parts of your body getting tired is what is disease. The parts of your body which can't be controlled by your will is non-mechanical parts of your body. Parts of your brain which can't be controlled by your will is non-mechanical parts of the brain. Parts of the body, organs which you can control by your will is mechanical parts. For example, hands. By your will you can control them. Legs. By your will you can control them. The non-mechanical parts of your body like heart, liver, intestine, kidney, with your ordinary will you can't control them. When the non-mechanical parts of your body is getting tired and bored, that is disease. If you decide with all your willpower, with the powers in your hand, you can't afford tiredness and boredom to be in peak of your possibility. That sinks into your non-mechanical parts also. They also get out of their tiredness and boredom. You naturally get out of your disease and lack of life. Listen, I have seen some people highly healthy, but life is missing in them. The lack of possibility is missing in them. That is also inauthenticity. Biggest danger you can have in your life is using others' inauthenticity to make yourself inauthentic. आप अन्य लोगों की अश्रद्धा को उपयोग करके स्वयं की अश्रद्धा को सही ना बनाए. Do not use others' inauthenticity to make your inauthenticity right. आप अन्य लोगों की अश्रद्धा को उपयोग करके स्वयं की अश्रद्धा को सही ना बनाए. Life oozes into our system, into our body, into our mind as we respond to it, as we approach it, as we listen to it, as we expect it, as we project it. Bring yourself to your highest possibility just because you need to be in highest possibility, not for any other reason. But constantly you ask yourself, why should I be in highest possibility when others are all not responding to me in that way? Listen, just because others all drink poison regularly, you want to drink it? Just because thousands of human beings are behaving foolishly, you want to be foolish? Just because millions of human beings are not using the extraordinary powers made available to them by the divine, are you also not going to use it? Listen, when you landed on the planet Earth, So much of energies, powers are deposited in your bank balance and checkbook is available in your hand. You just need to sign. The signature is authenticity. And reclaim it. You say, no, everyone is not taking their money from their accounts. Everyone is not taking it out of their accounts and using their powers. How can I alone use? Why should I alone use? I tell you, because everyone is not using, that should be the reason why you should use it. That should not be the reason why you should not use it. How you perceive you and how you project you bring you to the peak. That is where you become authentic to your capability. आप अपने आप को कैसे देखते हैं और स्वयं को कैसे प्रस्तुत करते हैं, उसमें स्वयं की उच्चतम क्षमता तक जाइए. वहां पर आप स्वयं की उच्चतम क्षमता के साथ प्रामाणिक है. जब आप स्वयं को अपनी उच्चतम क्षमता तक नहीं लाते हैं, आप अपनी आंतरिक शक्ति को बर्बाद करते हैं. जब लगातार जीवन की प्रतिक्रिया अपनी उच्चतम क्षमता में रहकर करते हैं, तब जीवन आपके देह एवं मन में बहना लगता है. आप पूछते हैं, जब अन्य लोग अश्रद्धा में है तो मैं क्यों श्रद्धा में रहूं? अगर सभी लोग विष पिएंगे तो क्या आप भी विष पिएंगे? Understand, whole world drinking poison does not justify you drinking poison. Last few days, I am experiencing it in my life. Yesterday, the doctors who came to diagnose me, my disciple and almost like a regular doctor for me, he was diagnosing me. He was shocked how with this background I am still trying to manage at least by my day-to-day activities. I could see just this authenticity is healing my body constantly. Every moment I am very clearly telling my body, you have to be peak of what you are projecting to the world. So naturally what I am projecting to the world, peak of it is what? God. So I just have to be like God. I said, the body we are carrying can't afford anything else. So I could see so much of energy happening inside. The body altering itself, repairing itself, rebuilding itself, rejuvenating itself. आपके आसपास सभी लोग अगर विष पीते हैं, उसका अर्थ यह नहीं है कि आप भी विष पिएंगे. Just because the world drinks poison, you don't need to drink poison. That's exactly what I told my body. Just because world responds, normally when a body sees tiredness or boredom or idea of disease, it responds to it like sickness, lying down, rest, non-performance of the activity. I said, no, I can't afford to. I'm jumping out of the bed every moment possible to come out and sit in the class, or at least come out and walk so that I'm ready to take the class. Today morning, my body was very clear. It will not be able to come for the satsang. I said, no. You have to be in the peak of what you project yourself to the world. That is authenticity. I tell you all, if you are projecting as a teacher, you have to be peak possibility of a teacher. If you are projecting yourself as an entertainer, you have to be the peak of your profession. If you are whatever you are projecting yourself to others, you have to be in the peak possibility of that. I said, you can't afford to be inauthentic. And I could see immediately my body jumped out of the bed, took bath, did its puja, performed everything, and back here for the satsang. I could see the non-mechanical parts of the body also listening and healing itself, recovering itself with this one truth of authenticity. I tell you, your health, your wealth, your relationships, your success, your excellence, everything is built on this one truth, authenticity. Build authenticity as the pattern in your inner space. I tell you, everything is possible for your life. You will experience the space of possibility. One of the biggest gift I am giving it to my Gurukul kids is living in the space of possibility. I want all my Gurukul kids to understand, whether you have taken Krama Brahmacharya or not, you are my child. If your parents are also my child, you are given Krama Brahmacharya. If not, you study in Gurukul, but you are my child. Don't have the feeling disturbed. हर क्षेत्र में आप अपनी uchchatham क्षमता में रहिए. अगर आप अपने आप को एक अध्यापक के रूप में अन्य लोगों को प्रस्तुत करते हैं, तब आपको लगातार उस रूप की उच्चतम क्षमता में ही रखना होगा. लिसन, ध्यान से सुनिए, क्षमता में ही रखना होगा. All human beings should learn the science of living and practice the science of living in peak possibility. Everything brought inside your mind, in front of your mind, should be responded with the idea possible, possible, possible. That should be the word ringing in your heart. Space in your heart. Possible, possible, possible. I told myself, health is simply possible. Whatever may be the reason, when you bring yourself to your peak possibility, even telling yourself, health becomes possible. Only when you start telling yourself, you realize you have some vested interest even in your sickness. You have some corner of you enjoying it. Bring yourself to the highest authenticity. हर मानव को उच्चतम क्षमता में रहने की शास्त्र को सीखना चाहिए. मैं आपसे कहता हूं, आपका स्वास्थ्य, संपत्ति एवं आपका शरीर सब कुछ सिर्फ एक तत्व सत्य पर आधारित है. श्रद्धा ये संभावनाओं की आंतरिक अवस्था है. Bring yourself to the peak of your performance in every action. What is wealth? Wealth is nothing but your peak, realizing yourself in your peak, in the actions and activities you took up for generating wealth. You might be taking some job, some business, some profession for generating wealth for your life. Sometimes even playing brings wealth to your life. For some people, talking brings wealth to their life. For some people, laughing brings wealth to their life. For some people, dancing brings wealth to their life. For some people, painting brings wealth to their life. For some people, talking takes away wealth from their life. For some people, jumping takes away wealth from their life. For some people, jumping brings wealth to their life. Talking brings wealth to their life. So whatever you have taken up in your life to acquire wealth, perform that in its peak. धन का अर्थ क्या है? जब आप अपनी हर कार्य अपनी उच्चतम क्षमता में स्थित होकर करते हैं, तब आप धनवान हैं. Whatever actions you have taken up in your life to bring wealth to your life, sit and think through. Is it business? Is it job? Is it your profession? What are the actions you have taken up to bring wealth to your life? Perform peak of those actions. Perform peak in those actions of your life. You will see. You will see wealth happens in your life. Simply wealth happens in your life. Authenticity has to be practiced in every dimension of your life, every level of your thinking, every level of your cognizance. I could see after I drilled myself with authenticity, my body is not even cognizing its tiredness and boredom and disease. It is just throwing it away before even cognizing. That is why I am sitting in front of you guys now. I am pushing my body to the extreme performance. Earlier, around 18 hours my working hours. Now I am pushing it to 20-21 hours First few days only it was struggling little bit to settle down into the next level. Understand? Struggle is not wrong. End of the struggle where you are going to be. Based on that only whether the struggle is right or wrong is decided. End of the struggle, if you are going to be in higher space than what you were, then struggle is right. End of the struggle, if you are going to be in the lower space than what you were, it is wrong. One disciple asked me, if I can't even argue with you, why should I be your disciple? I said, arguing with me is not wrong. End of the argument, are you going to accept my answers? Then argument with you is worthy of my time. You can be disciple. If anyway you are not going to accept the answers I give end of the argument, then me arguing with you is waste of time. And you being my disciple is useless. When I decided my body is going to be in its peak, when I decided I am going to be keeping in my peak possibility, simply I could see my body is now stopped even cognizing the old way of signals from it. What is the old signals of the body? Disease, tiredness, let's lie down, let's rest, let's postpone. These are all the old signals. My body has stopped cognizing it. So I tell you, bring yourself to the peak, whether it is related to your body, profession, relationships. When you bring yourself to your peak possibility, relating to body, it becomes health. Relating to your profession, it becomes success. Relating to others, it becomes happy relationships. Relating to your whole life, it becomes enlightenment. So it is time. I give you the essence of today's satsang. Essence of today's satsang is bring yourself to your peak possibility continuously without allowing tiredness or boredom. Again and again, don't bother about the number of failures. Look to the number of successes you had in your life. आज की सत्संग का सारांश है, आज की सत्संग का सारांश है, अपने हर कार्य को लगातार अपनी उच्चतम क्षमता में स्थित होके कीजिए, तभी आपकी धन एवं संपत्ति विस्तारित होगा। कल के सत्संग में हम जीवन का तीसरे तत्व उत्तरदायित्व या जिम्मेदारी उठाने से कैसे धन एवं संपत्ति का पा सकते हैं, इसकी बारे में बात करेंगे।
जीवन मुक्ति प्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तम्